Hi, I'm Stephanie, the creative girl behind the designs. Welcome to my channel. If you are new here, thank you for stopping by. If you haven't already done so, I would truly appreciate if you would take a moment and subscribe to my channel and turn on your notification alerts so that you'll know when I post my next video. So today we're going to be, I needed to set up a habit tracker for my Catchall planner, which is this one here. And I needed to or wanted to track things such as when I do my nails, which I had sometimes been lax in doing, and then things like walking or doing my weights or things of that nature. So I wanted to create a semi-coordinating habit tracker with the Fleur collection of stickers and then maybe some washi on a Happy Planner graph note paper. So I am just going to make this kind of a quick video and just jump right in and get started on creating it. To help get the process started, I did go through, not sure if you can see that or not, but I did go through and already did some pencil marks for where I want the grid to be. And sorry about that, I keep dropping my washi tape. So what I'm going to do is first start with outlining the graph papers in my micron pen, which you can find on the blog behindthedesigns.blog. And I'm going to use just a regular old metal ruler, nothing special. So I'm going to get started on doing that, and because I want to add some decor, but I want to do it once I know where I can put what. So let me get started with that. And I had just wondered, since I do like to also track my habits, you know, how many of you track your habits? What do you track? And do you find it helpful? What do you use? I've always been curious what other people will use to track their daily habits, and even what are your habits? Are you tracking personal things, things for business, such as, you know, when you post to YouTube, or which I also am working on a tracker for that as well, which I'm deciding whether or not I want to put it onto the blog. So if you wanted to just drop a comment below and let me know what your thoughts are about that, I'd appreciate it. And it would be something where you could add in whatever information you need and track whatever you want to track. You could use it for your business, or you could use it for personal. It's totally up to you. And I think, let me get this one here. So I just found that again, as I mentioned, I sometimes am not so great at remembering or taking the time to do my nails, which comes back to that self-care checklist I made for February. So there was a reason for that, and that's, you know, one of those things where I just like to take time and do, which if you can't tell, I'm probably due for a nail polish change. But I just thought it was kind of important because I also want to add in other things to my habits. And so I'm just going to be doing I'm going to highlight each or outline each line so that as I write in what I want to track, I can easily see what it is I'm tracking. The other thing you can do with this, if you make it on a graph paper, is you can highlight every other line just to make it easier to see what you're doing. I don't know if I'll do that. I think I'm more just eager to make sure I am tracking the things that I need to and that I'm doing it regularly. I think that's more my motivation right now with creating this. And it's a lot different creating this tracker online or in video than if I'm creating it on my own. I see my lines aren't as perfect, but as you know, I try and not make that too much of an issue. So I had recently decided I wanted to maybe pick up some weights and start lifting just for resistance more so. Build that up a little bit. You know, everyone gets into the new year and they want to set goals, and I use the word goals, but what I really try to do is just set up habits, new habits. Either tweak ones that exist or just set up new ones. And that's because I wanted to make sure that doing all that I can do, doing it when I should. And there'll be times, you know, when you'll skip it, and it's just the way it is. Life just gets in the way sometimes. But I definitely wanted to make sure that I get into the habit, not so much the goal, of making some changes. Change is good. Okay, so the nice thing about this micron pen is once you're done highlighting what you need to, or outlining what you want to, or even if you write on a highlighter, this works out perfectly. But what I really like about it is that it will, it will, for the erasers underneath, I can erase now their pencil marks, sorry. I can erase the pencil marks and not have the marker smear on me. So this marker is really great. I really love working with it. So then I'm going to bring this. So now I'm going to create a line for each day. And of course in February there's 28 days, so I'm going to have 28 squares. I will go through a small portion of these squares. I don't want to take the whole time having you watch me outline squares. So I want to get to the part where I get some decorating time in. And I have a idea of how I want to go, but I just want to make sure that I get that on for your video today so that you can see. And then of course what I'll always do is I'll post that final picture over on Instagram, and that'll be on my account at Behind the Designs. So let me just stop there with those. And here I'll show you what I mean with the, where's my eraser? So now I can just go back through and I can erase any lines I pre-made with the pencil. And it's not going to smear. So that's a really nice feature of that pen. So now, let me just take these aside, these little pencil marks. Okay. So what I'm tending to do is to have a title. I'm going to use some alpha stickers for that. Again, I have my washi. I've got the Fun Alpha sticker book, the alphabet, and then of course the Fleur. So my thought was I want to get a title. I want to have some kind of decoration up here. Something here maybe, and then a quote. That was my whole plan at the moment for this. So I'm going to grab my tweezers. I'm just going to get these erasers out of the way. Okay. So the other thing I'll do is, the reason why this row is shorter, because this row is going to hold the day and then the number of the day, and it'll go out to 28 days. This will be where I list out what habits it is I want to track. And so I'm going to start at the bottom because there was a quote I wanted to use and I want to make sure it's going to fit. And it was, I have two options. I have, in the Fleur book, there's rose gold, and then there's also black writing, script writing. Let's see if I can find the one. I believe it was in black. I've got not sure if you can see this. I don't want to spill any water. My sparkly Starbucks cup. Always, it's full of water, no coffee, unfortunately. Let's see, it was this one right here. So I'm gonna pull it off, but what I first wanna do is, since it's gonna go down here in the middle, I wanna make sure I don't have any lines in the way that I wanna erase, because if I put the sticker down, then it's just gonna get in the way. So let's first get that out of the way. Whew. Okay. I think I got it all off. So let me pull this off. It is in the rose gold font. So before I do that, let me check and make sure in my alphas. I know there's gold. I don't believe there's rose gold, so I will have to use black if I go to that. So let me pull this off. So the quote I want to use is, "There is beauty in simplicity." It's giving me some difficulty. And I wanted to put it right in the middle, give or take. I mean, I'm not measuring anything in its exact place or anything of that nature. But I did want to kind of get it visually, and it has to be, yeah, I mean, it may fall over a little bit. Hopefully I'm getting this on straight. Let's just check that. Oh, it's not exactly centered to the paper, but that's okay. It's a smidge. Let me just check this. It looks to the writing like it is, but let me just see if I can. That is the only downfall of the bigger stickers, is once you stick them down, and then if you're just going to pull it up, you just got to go real slow. So I think where I'm a little off in the lining up of it is it was at the very bottom corner. So let me just pull this a little closer. I think my sticker will hang over a bit, but that's okay. I think that's better than it was. Yeah. Okay, so let me trim off, because there is some sticker hanging over at the bottom. Okay. And then, so then I want to grab my Fleur book. There was right up front one of the stickers. I'm going to use the clear stickers, the florals. I love the florals, and I really just want to kind of put in as much as I can because I do like them so much. So I'm going to put in this one here. Let me just get a corner of it. Once I can get a corner, it'll come up, I think. Okay. So now I again want to stay with the flower. I think I just have erasers everywhere. Sorry about that. So I think what I'm going to do is put this here. I'm going to try and not, I'm going to have to erase some of this line up here. I am intending to not put too much of the stickers up into the gridded area, because that's where I'm going to be putting my writing, and then I want to maximize as many lines as I can. So let me put that there. And then also again, so I'm not sticking, I think I want to keep this one leaf too. So I'm going to pull this off, just put this back in the sticker book. And then as I get my, what I want to track and everything into here, I don't know exactly which one I'll use, but let's just say I'll use, you know, like my Zig Clean Dot dotters, and then I'll go, when I complete something, I will go through and dot it off in the actual grid area. So then I'm going to pull out, I did have a flower. I want to kind of carry it over to this side, but I want that same flower. So let me just take a quick peek. I think this one's going to be too big. This one here. I think it's going to go up into my area where I may end up putting a dot in there. So let me go to the back, because there were some more in the back too. Let's see. So there's more back here, and we're looking at, oh, it's the same. No, it's the same flower, just bigger. Let me see though, because looks like it's more wide than big. So yeah, it's going to cover in there. So let me see if I can find a different one that matches. I think I'm going to use this one because I can angle this one a little bit more. So let me pull this one off. I just don't want to put too much in that area. I think, I never tested it, and I might after this now. I never tested whether or not the zig sticker or dot markers will go over these stickers. They might, and I may test that just so that I know for future use. So let's see. This one I can angle a little bit more, or yeah, see, that's gonna also come into my grid area. I want to try and keep the stem on it. So if I put, I think what I'll do is I'm also going to, oh, I think I can get most of it without taking up too much. Yeah, perfect. I had debated between using a Mambi paper that had a border on it and one that did and one that didn't. There's no rhyme or reason, it's just preference. I know if I had used the graph paper that had no image or icon along the, or style along the disc area, it probably would have been easier, but that's okay. So what I'm going to do next is I want to find my letters, because I'm debating if I'm going to stack the word habit tracker or do it as one line, because I do still have the washi. So my goal this year, as I mentioned in previous videos, is that I want to use up my stickers. No more hoarding them. If I have them, I want to use them. And that means both sticker kits as well as Happy Planner stickers. So if I have it, I'm going to be trying to use it. It may not be exactly my style. I've looked through some of the stickers already. May not be my style of planning as much anymore, but that's okay, because my goal, as I said, is to just use the stickers this year. So with this sticker book, let's see. I do have two of them, luckily. Let me pull the other one off. Because I may need to mix the sticker books, because they don't make these alphas anymore, so I don't want to use this straight block letter. I do want to use I want to use this font if I can. So let me see where I am in this book with them. That is one of my more favorite fonts, so I tend to use it, as you can tell, quite frequently. Let's see if I can make something come together here. We have H, A, B, I, T. There's habit. T, R, A, C, K, E, R. We're good. Okay. So because this font is a little wider, I think I'm going to start and go backward, if that makes any sense. I think I want to go backward with tracker and then do habit. I am going to stack them, and so I am going to go backward first. Let's see. What I usually do, just so I don't mess up when I do something like this, I just take a piece of scratch paper and I have it nearby. I just spell it out. Doesn't have to be neat. It's just purely so you can see what the letters are. And when I'm in a hurry, my handwriting is horrendous. But again, I just want to make sure I don't misspell something. So we're going to go into, I'm going to have to use both books because I am pretty low with this font. So we're going to go, I think, since it takes, let's say about 2 boxes, I'm going to bring it to here. Okay, so it's going to look probably way backward on camera because I'm going to spell backward and go backward with the words. Doesn't mean they're going to be straight, but so let's see. I do want to give it a little bit of spacing too. I don't want the letters to be completely on top of each other. So I got to go over here for the K. And let's see, we're going to do C. Do I have a C there? Nope, got to go here. C-A, oops. I always try and take from the book that I've used the most from already. Go to that one first. And then yeah, I think because I'm going to do, right now I'm going to be doing one for each month. Go back here for an R. So I will letter in February. But because I have rose gold and black, I'm probably going to just letter it in black. And then T, also from the old book. This is pretty much the last of my alpha fonts of this. So if I use them, they're gone. Okay, so now we're going to do habits. We're going to, again, take the last one of this. And so I wanted to bring this up here, just so it wasn't so lined up, because I have another idea for something I want to do, if it works. I've noticed too, I mean, this one's easier because it's a black font, but I've noticed on some of the color ones that when it went from book to book, that the color was slightly different. And again, I assume it's like anything, the dye lots change and things of that nature. But that was one thing I did notice. But that's only, like, you can slightly tell this R is different than the rest of them. I don't know why that is, but let's see. Okay, so that's, I can close this one out, get that out of the way. Let's put this in here. And then habit, H-A. Yeah, it's going to be, I'll be hard pressed to keep using that because it's definitely getting down on each letter, down to the nitty gritty for each letter. So let's get this out of the way. Here's my lovely washi rolling into scene. And then I want to put one of these, let me see if I can find either the dragonfly. This is the one I want to use. So I want to put this one here. Okay. And then what I'll do is I will letter in here that it's February. So I'm going to put a few more things. I think down here, I just have to find that flower I'm looking for because let's see. I think I'm probably going to run out of the flowers before I run out of anything else because that's what I keep using. The other option is using something like the clear washi. I just wouldn't be able to use it under the quote. And then of course there's this washi. So I think what I'll do is I'll still stay with my plan to try and find flowers that match. So I have one here. Is this the same one? This one's the same one. Let's see if it'll fit. No. And then I also have two. I'm going to put another, it's a dragonfly. I'm going to put one over there, but first I want to get the flower down. I think I'm going to go ahead and give this one a try. Worst case, I will cut around it where the box is concerned. So let's see. It may be a little questionable to try and get it up after it's been put down, but I'm going to take a go at it. So I have just a very sharp X-Acto knife. And what I'm going to do, because these clear stickers can be very sticky at times. Did I erase over here? I don't think I did, so let me just run a quick eraser here. Yeah, once it goes down, then there's nothing I can do about it. I can try peeling it up, but a lot of the times that just makes matters worse. I gotta get this eraser off here. Oh, maybe it's on the other side. Okay. I'm just trying to make sure I get all the eraser off here because if I don't, it's just gonna end up sticking. All right, so let's see if I can't gauge so I'm just gonna kind of cut through the sticker gently. Okay. Oops, sticking a little bit. I didn't take that off yet. And then I'm going to do this before I lose this sticker. And then I'm going to cut down here. Same direction or opposite direction, just going down the side of the grid. And then it should come up if I cut it well. It's not a perfect cut, but again, that's okay. Oh, let me put this rolls away. Cut something on the floor, like my foot. Okay, so let me just trim this off. Now these I'm going to keep because I think I'm going to try and add some of them in. Because as I cut the flower, I noticed on the one side, it looks a bit wonky, if you will. Let's see. So on the side here, you can see how it, so I may try and put something there. I'm going to have to think about what it is I want to do. I would like to try and get this flower back in there, which was part partly there. So you know what I can do? I'm just going to take a quick cut around this flower. And let's see if I can put it where I was thinking without it being too much in the way. I would have to cut, where's my thing? I don't know if this is going to come off now. And that's just how it goes sometimes. You know, you're working on an idea, and sometimes ideas change. The question is whether or not you can ever get it up off the paper again. Okay, perfect. So let's just put that aside. All right, so I'm getting on in my time, so I'm going to try and finish up here. I am going to do this, I think. And then, since that one block is one that I will be presumably putting a dot in, I'm just going to take that off. Okay. And voila. Okay, so the last thing I'm going to do, because we are getting on in the time and I don't want to take too long, is I will be off camera adding in some washi. I'm going to add something here, and then I'm going to fill in some of this detail, and then I will post that finished, the finished habit tracker for my Catchall Fleur planner over on the Instagram channel. And I hope that I've inspired you to do something creative today, and that whatever you create adds to, you know, creating a beautiful life for yourself, one plan at a time. And thank you for watching.